Alright, so we're going to begin now. Today we have an important lesson. I'm going to be nice and short today. I don't want to go too long into this lesson, but it's an important lesson because it's a topic that we don't really talk about. Alright? Usually, we hear all the different understanding and prophecies and all these other important facts. But this is a very important lesson because I believe everyone sitting here could relate to it. Alright, so today's lesson is entitled Bad Company. Alright? So, coming into this truth, there's a lot of changes we all make. Or there's a lot of changes we all have to make. Alright? For the sisters, your dress code has changed. Alright? That's something that, is a process. We understand that. For the brothers, you make a lot of changes when it comes to, your demeanor, all these different things. Alright? So, does anyone else need a parking spot? Alright, so again, there's a lot of changes we all make. Dietary laws, all these rules and regulations, it will govern our lives. Alright? But one of the things that we struggle with is bad company. Nobody talk about it. But today, I'm going to talk about it, according to the scriptures. Alright? So again, I'm going to be really short. Should be done by 5 o'clock. Alright? Now, that's only 45 minutes. It's now 4:15. Alright? So 45 minutes is not long. Alright? So, let's go into the Bible. All praises to the Most High for allowing us to go over these scriptures today. And I pray these scriptures will be edifying. I pray we all can apply it to our lives. So let's go into the book of 1 Corinthians. And we're going to begin at chapter 5 and we're going to start at verse 9. 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and let's read verse 9.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 9. I wrote unto you in an epistle not to company with fornication.
So who's writing here? Who's the writer here? Alright, so we know Paul is writing letters to the different churches. Alright, so he's saying, I wrote unto you in an epistle, which is a letter, not to company with fornicators. Read on.
Verse 10. Get not altogether with the fornicators of this world, or with the covetous, or the extortioners, or the idolaters, but then must ye needs go out of the world.
Read on.
Verse 11. But now I have written unto you not keep company any man that is called a brother, be a fornicator, a covetous, or an adulterer, or a railer, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, with such an one, no, not to eat.
Right, so these are some of the people or the characteristics that we must all avoid. Anybody know any drunkards here? Yeah. Alright, stay away from them. Anybody know any covetous? People who like to covet? Come on, I know y'all know some of them. Alright. Well, these are the people that we must avoid. These are the company that we must not keep. Why? Read on. What verse you at?
Verse 12. For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within, but them that are without the Most High the judge. Therefore, put away from among yourself that wicked person.
Alright, so we must put away these type of people. Alright, let's go back and get it. Read verse 10 again, so everyone will know the type of people we must avoid.
Verse 10. Yet not altogether with the fornicators of this world.
Alright, so fornicators of this world, stay away from them. Read.
Or the covetous.
Read on.
Or the extortioners. Or with idolaters. But then must ye needs go out of the world.
So, this lesson is not to break up or destroy relationships. This lesson is actually to help you to have healthy or healthier relationships. Alright? Now, this is for your well-being. This is to help you to grow spiritually. So, these are the people that will be against you spiritually. So, these are the people you must avoid. Alright? Let's continue reading. Read verse 11 once again.
Verse 11. But now I have written unto you not to keep company if any man that is called a brother be a fornicator.
So it can be a brother, it can be a sister, it can be a cousin, it can be a neighbor, it can be a co-worker, it could be a brother or sister right in here. Oh, you didn't know that, huh? We're going to get it. So these are the people we have to look out for. Let's go into the book of Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. So again, brothers and sisters, I'm not here to break up your relationships. I'm here to warn you of the type of relationships you will have. Alright? So Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14.
The book of Proverbs chapter 4, verse 14. Enter not into a path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. Avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, and pass away. For they sleep not expecting they have done mischief. Not except they have done mischief, and they sleep in their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
So when you have bad company, it influences you to do wrong. Alright? It will encourage you to do the wrong things. Alright? So the scripture is saying, avoid it, pass not by it, turn from it, pass away. So we must try our best to avoid having relationships with these type of people. Alright? Read on. Read verse 16 again.
For they sleep not except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause some to fall.
Right, so bad company will make you fall, brothers and sisters. Alright, and when you fall, they won't be there to pick you up. Let's get it. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, verse 13. So it's Ecclesiasticus, which is Sirach in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, verse 13. So these bad friends you have, when you get yourself in trouble, they know where to be found. Old people have a way of saying, friends will take you. What's the saying? They carry you, but it won't bring you back. That's a true statement, brothers and sisters. That's wisdom. So let's read what the book of Sirach got to say. Chapter 12, verse 13.
Book of Sirach, chapter 12, verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent? Or any such as come nigh wild beasts? Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? Verse 13. For a while he will abide with thee, but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
You see that? So when you fall, they won't be there to pick you up. So this is why the scripture said in 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 12, that we must put away these people from us. Alright? Because they're not going to tarry with you. They're only there when things are going right, when things are good. But the minute you suffer with adversity, trials, tribulations, they know where to be found. Let's get some more. Let's go back to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 7. So, brothers and sisters, you have to choose the people you spend time with wisely. Let me repeat that again. You have to choose wisely the people who you spend time with. Alright? A lot of people you spend time with is actually draining you. They're taking away from you. They have nothing to help you with. Only such a old talk. Hey boy, you see that new video game? You see that move last night? They can't tell you what's going on around the world, but it can tell you when the World Cup is going to start. So you have to choose your friends wisely. Let's go into Proverbs chapter 14, verse 7.
Proverbs chapter 14, verse 7. Go from the presence of a foolish man, when thou perceivest not in him the lips of knowledge.
You see that? So, bad company, brothers and sisters, don't teach you anything positive. They're not going to help you. They're not going to encourage you. They're going to encourage you to do evil, not good. Alright? So it says, go from the presence of a foolish man. A foolish man don't believe in the Most High. So, listen, I'm not saying that you got to get rid of all your friends, but start to examine them. Start to see if this person is going to help me to grow spiritually, or this person is going to take me to hell. That's the relationships we got to stop looking at. Because, brothers and sisters, we don't have time to waste anymore. Okay? So let's go into the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33. When I saw this scripture today, I was like, man, this scripture is so deep. Just a few words, but it's powerful. Let's get it. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33.
Book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 15, verse 33. Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
Read that again.
Be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
You see that? So you might know right from wrong, but just by some bad vibes or bad company, they could influence you. It says it will corrupt good manners. Evil communication. When you look up that word, communication, it will mean behavior. Okay? So the scripture is saying, be not deceived. And listen, a lot of our friends are bad friends. Just have some nice things to talk about, right? Just holding them old talk, them wrong talk. Before you know, you spend over 3-4 hours stand up talking about nothing. Wasting time. So it says, be not deceived, evil communication, corrupt good manners. Read on.
Verse 34. Awake to righteousness and sin not.
You see that? Awake to righteousness. So that means you have to awake. Put yourself in the right mindset. That listen, I need to be around positive vibes, positive people. People who's not going to steer me down the wrong path. Read on.
For some have not the knowledge of the Most High. I speak this to your shame.
You see that? So these are the people, brothers and sisters, that you need to avoid. The people who don't want to know the knowledge of the Most High. Listen, you might spend time trying to build with your friends or your loved ones. But listen, if they're not getting it, there will come a time you will have to separate yourself from it. It's like a withdrawal. It's like a process. And we're going to show it to you in the scriptures. Alright? So the scriptures say, awake to righteousness and sin not. For some have not the knowledge of the Most High. So these are the people you need to avoid. The people who don't want to know the knowledge of the Most High. Alright? Let's get some more. Let's go back to the Apocrypha. I'm going to go nice and quick. Make sure you get all these scriptures. Sirach chapter 6. We're going to begin at verse 7. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus, Sirach, chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first.
You see that? If you're going to get a friend, make sure you prove that person before you even label them as a friend. Because I know some of us are very friendly. Listen, this truth, you don't have much friends, you know. All the friends you think you had, you open up the Bible and they're gone. So that's when you know who your friends are. A person that's going to stick with you despite the path you take. And they're not going to discourage you from taking that path. They will encourage you. Even though they might not have the same understanding, but they still will encourage you. Alright? Read that scripture again.
Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6, verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
You see that? Don't rush into any relationships or friendships. Make sure you try that person first. You leave our $5 here and walk away. You see what they're going to do. Listen, trust me. Some of your friends, you think you're his friends, lose some money next to them and see what happens. You come back and find them missing. So you have to choose your friends wisely. Make sure they at least have some knowledge of the Most High. And yes, you could encourage them, you could also teach them. But listen, don't spend your whole life trying to convert your friends. Alright, read on.
For some man is a friend for his own occasion.
You see that? So some people only hang around you because they can benefit something from you. Alright? Yeah, get a ride. You know, I can borrow some money now and then. But you ask them to borrow money, you ask them for a ride, they don't have the time. Read on.
And will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who is being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
So listen, some of the people you have around you envy you, brothers and sisters. And you think they are friends. They seeing the blessings of the Most High pouring upon you, and listen, they envying you. Believe it or not. Read on.
Verse 10. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and will hide himself from thy face.
You see? So all these scriptures is helping us to build relationships on how our relationships should be examined. Alright? You shouldn't just call anybody a friend. Not everybody deserves that title. Okay? Let's go back to Psalms. Psalms 26. Because when you look at our forefathers, they didn't just allow anybody in their space. You had to be a certain standard, a certain royalty. You had to, a certain appearance. They wasn't just going to allow anybody to come in. So that's how we need to operate, brothers and sisters. Don't just accept anybody just like that. You got to try them first. Alright? Let's get it. Psalms 26 and verse 4.
Book of Psalms, chapter 26, verse 4. I have not sat with vain persons, neither will I go in the dissemblers. Verse 5. I have hated the congregation of evildoers, and will not sit with the wicked.
You see that? So this is David saying, I have not sat with any vain people. You sitting down and all they talking about is themselves. He's like, give me a chance and let me tell you what I'm going, let me share scripture with you. The whole 3 hours is all about them. So, again, these are the things you need to look out for. The people that you should avoid. David said, I have not sat with any vain persons, neither will I go in with dissemblance. Alright? Let's go back to the Apocrypha. Sirach chapter 11. So, a lot of these people, some of us invited them in our homes. Some of them, not just in our homes only, invited them in our space. Brothers and sisters, make sure you keep your space holy. Make sure you keep the environment clean. You can't just bring anything into your environment. You're going to corrupt it. You're going to invite spirits in your environment. Especially the most sacred place you have, which is your home. So the scriptures is warning you. Listen, be careful who you bring into your house. Let's get it. Sirach chapter 11, let's read verse 29.
Sirach Ecclesiasticus chapter 11 verse 29. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man had many trades.
You see that? You got many trades. You bring somebody in your house, they go and you still hear their voice. Hey, yo, what? I thought they left. It's like their voice is still there. It's a demon in your house. So you're not supposed to just bring anybody into your environment. Listen, we're not supposed to bring anybody through those doors. You got to make sure and try them before they come here. Listen, we're going to start putting people up. I'm telling you. Listen, we getting there where we will have to put people out. Because, listen, this world is filled with bad company. It's filled with bad vibes. So, that's one of the criteria that we must take. Do not bring anybody into your house just so. Read that scripture again first.
Verse 29. Bring not every man into thine house, for the deceitful man hath many trades. Verse 30. Like as a partridge taken and kept in a cage, so is the heart of the proud.
You see that? So, brothers and sisters, when you spend time with these people, it's like their energy rubs off of you. The same spirits that is dealing with them start dealing with you. That's why you have to be careful who you associate with. Alright? Let's go to 2 John chapter 1 verse 10. Listen, I'm not bringing a Jehovah's Witness in my house. I'm telling you. You know, there's a chosen few will come into my space. Chosen few. Okay? Because, and this is not being, biased, but you got to protect your home. You got to protect your home. So if you protecting your physical home, what about your spiritual home? Are you protecting it as well?